What is up, guys? It's Zach from the Rolling Times, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys today. I'm going to be doing a short little series on how to flip a car, and when I say flip a car, I don't mean physically flip it on its roof, although that would be pretty fun and exciting to do. What I'm talking about is how to buy a car cheap, fix it up, and sell it and make some profit. I'm excited to tell you guys that I got the car we're going to flip. We're actually sitting in it right now. I'm very excited to show you guys. I'm sure you're excited to see what it is. I'll give you a couple hints here. It's red, it's a 2-door coupe, 5-speed, and it's JDM, which is something completely new for me. Out of all the cars I've owned, I've had like 15 cars, and 14 of them have all been Volkswagens, and I had one Chevy S10. So this is completely new for me, whole new world. The only thing similar, I'll give you one more hint, it's front-wheel drive, so I'm very used to front-wheel drive engines and drivetrains. Alright guys, a little bit of background info on the car. I picked it up for $325. That is pretty cheap. It is not inspected. It does need a few things. The car has 176,000 miles on it, so it's getting up there in the mileage, but for the type of car it is, I think it still has some life left in it. A few things that I know it needs for sure. The windshield's cracked, so we're gonna have to either replace the windshield or repair that crack. I'd like to do a cool little video on the windshield repair tools that you can get on eBay and Amazon and stuff, and take a look and see if that's actually something that you can fix your cracks at home with, or if it's more viable just to get the windshield replaced. Another issue I had driving the car home, it was overheating. This car has been sitting for 2 years, so it didn't surprise me that it had some issues. I pulled the thermostat out to make sure that wasn't stuck, and that seemed to be operating correctly. I just pulled it out and put the housing back on, and the car was still overheating. When it did overheat the first time, it blew the rad cap, so I'm going to get one of those, try and fix it first. Hopefully that takes care of it, but if not, we might be doing a water pump. I thought it'd be cool to maybe get an electric water pump and do an aftermarket electric water pump. That would save me a lot of trouble too, because on this particular car, the water pump is ran off the timing belt. The other thing we need to do with this car is clean it up. Since it's been sitting for 2 years, the sun has really faded a lot of the clear coat, and most of it's chipping off. So the exterior of the car, while it's not terrible, it does have some dents and dings and does need some paint fixed up. The interior of the car is not terrible, but it does need a good cleaning. And I'm sure we'll come across some other things that the car needs. I may do a couple modifications just to make it look a little bit cooler, make it a little bit easier to sell. And if I don't get it inspected, I'd at least like to run through the car and show you how to check everything for inspection. I know it means a lot more to sell a car with fresh inspection stickers on it, but at least if you know how to look at everything, you can kind of get it ready for inspection for the buyer and let them know and have them well aware of any issues that you might have with the car. I find it hard to sell things because I'm a very honest person when it comes to selling things. I like to tell everyone all the issues of the car, and a lot of times it scares people away, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have them know what they're buying and what they're driving home. So with all that being said, I'm sure you guys are ready to see the car. And here it is. Introducing my 2000 Hyundai Tiburon. You guys can all take a second now to laugh at me. I hope you were expecting something else, because I was too, but somehow I ended up with this Hyundai Tiburon. The Hyundai Tiburon was produced from 1996 to 2008, and the word Tiburon means shark. I personally think the Hyundai Tiburon is one of the gayest cars that was ever produced. I'm actually surprised to be sitting in one, but after driving it and checking it out, it's kind of grown on me. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting much for the interior, but it kind of surprised me. It has power windows, fog lights, all the dash controls are easy to reach, and the leather interior is actually pretty stylish. It is in decent shape for as long as the car's been sitting. This particular model is an RD2. That's a first generation body with a facelift front end. It has a little bit different headlights and front bumper. This car came with a 2-liter inline-4 engine and front-wheel drive drivetrain. This one is a 5-speed, although there was an automatic option. The 2-liter engine puts out 140 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs and 131 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. If you own one of these cars, I don't want you to be upset with me. Everyone has their own opinions, and some people don't like certain cars. Just because I don't like the look of the Hyundai Tiburon doesn't mean that I hate it or that I'm going to hate on you for owning one. I actually think this should be an opportunity for you guys to open yourselves up to other cars out there. I would have never pictured myself owning one of these, but after driving it, even if it was just for a day, I'm actually very impressed. I kind of had low expectations, so maybe that's why. But I definitely don't regret buying it, and definitely don't regret checking it out. It won't be a car that I keep, as I plan on flipping this car and making some money off of it, but I'm definitely grateful for the experience I'm going to get while I fix this thing up and get to drive it around. With all that being said, stay tuned, guys, for my series on how I'm going to fix this thing up and try and make a couple bucks off of it. I was successful with my last car. I bought that Jetta for $200, put a couple $100 of parts into it, and sold it for $775. So I ended up making about 200 bucks off of it. So we'll see if we can do something similar with this car. I think I'm going to put a little bit more time into this one and see if I can make a little bit more profit off of this. So we're going to kind of do some budget fixes and some budget stuff to make the car look a lot better and make sure that it's safe for the next buyer. Before I leave, I want to give a shout out to Driven Channel. You can check out his YouTube or his website at www.drivenchannel.com. He helps team up with other small YouTubers and helps to promote them by having a bunch of similar content on his website. This is Zach from The Rolling Times. Over and out. Make sure you leave a like below, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think of my new JDM.